Hi everyone and welcome back. If this is your first time watching me onto this video, my name is John, content creator of life in Canada. And again, for this episode, I will try to give you, based on my experience, a tip on how to sponsor your parents or grandparents dito sa Canada to become a permanent resident. At hindi nyo na naitatanong, last 3 years ago, I was able to process the papers yung mami ni Aisha to become a permanent resident. And this is the same process kung papaano namin nagawa yon, kung papaano namin na-execute yon, at kung papaano yung pinakamalupit na tip na dapat mong paghandaan papunta dito yung parents mo sa Canada. But before we begin the step-by-step or the tip paano mag-sponsoran yung parents mo dito sa Canada, I will answer the question, why do we need to sponsor our parents here in Canada? So I'll give you my 3 important tips. So first, you will save a lot of money kapag nandito yung parents natin sa Canada. Kasi sa totoo lang, this is very beneficial if you have kids or children living with you. Kapag may kids ka rito, it is really very important na merong titingin sa kanila, na merong maglulook after kapag ikaw ay nagtatrabaho. At syempre, gusto mo yung titingin sa kanila is yung kakilala, kaibigan, or kapamilya, at syempre yung kadugo mo, para at least iba yung trato or iba yung care na ibibigay nila sa anak mo. So, saving a lot of money, kasi kapag dito ka na sa Canada, kaya hindi mo pwedeng iwanan basta-basta yung mga kids. So, sending them to a daycare will cost a lot of money. Kasi, just for example, a minimum daycare per day will cost you $20 per day. So, if you're working 5 days in a week, so it's going to be $100 kaagad per week. Now, per month, times 4, it will be $400. Now, if your parents or grandparents are here with you, living with you, you will be almost saving at least or more than $400 per month. Now, what if your salary hindi naman ganun kalaki? Maybe you're averaging, or we are averaging at least minimum salary or minimum per hour average 800 to 900 per 2 weeks. So, malaking bagay na yung 400 na masasave mo per month para maitabi sa extra expenses. Tip number 2, worry-free. Magiging worry-free ka kasi once na maging PR or permanent resident dito yung parents natin, is they will be able to have an access to the Canadian healthcare system. And alam mo naman na pag-usapan na natin kung ano ba ang Canadian healthcare system. It is the benefit na gugustuhin mo, the benefit na gusto mong maranasan ng family mo, and even syempre yung parents natin. Especially if your mom, dad is still in the Philippines, makakasave ka pa rin dito kasi hindi mo na iisipin yung pagpapadala ng pera. Healthcare system is very good. You don't need to worry about laboratory works, yung appointment with the doctor, kasi it's merely and very accessible para din sa kanila. So isa na yun talaga sa pangarap ko rin at ibang mga permanent at Canadian citizen dito sa Canada na mapupunta yung parents nila para syempre magkaroon sila ng mas magandang access. Katulad ngayon, yung mommy ni Aisha, meron na siyang access sa laboratory works and even sa mga doctors. And ang maganda pa nito is ngayon, na-meet niya yung deductible na kailangan niyang bayaran para maging libre yung gamot niya for the whole year. So, malaking bagay na yun. Malaki yung masisave nun, lalong-lalo na for maintenance ng mga gamot. So, malaking bagay yun para sa mga anak na makita yung magulang nila nandito sa Canada na worry-free when it comes to their healthcare system. So, malaking bagay yun. Yung third factor ko is gusto mong maramdaman, gusto mong silang mayakap, gusto mong silang makausap personally, at gusto mong makita yung kung ano yung ginagawa nila araw-araw. Unlike, katulad sa akin, my mom, yung nanay ko, nasa Philippines pa rin, and she is taking care of my younger siblings. Pero for me naman, syempre gusto ko rin for almost 7 years nandito sa Canada, hindi pa kami totally nagkikita, puro digital. So Facebook, Skype, and any other digital communications. Iba pa rin yung feeling na nandito yung magulang mo, kasama mo, nakakausap mo anytime na gusto mong kausapin, mayakap mo, alam mo yun, iba yung pakiramdam. Kaya ako rin, as nandito na sa Canada, gusto ko rin mapapunta siya rito and mas-sponsoran ko rin siya para alam mo yun, yung mga reasons natin may isang katuparan. So ngayon naman, we will going to discuss about on how to sponsor your parents and grandparents dito sa Canada. So before you submit your interest to sponsor, before you go online, dapat malaman natin kung eligible ka ba to sponsor your parents. There are some factors na kailangan mong malaman, kailangan mong i-take down notes. It's going to be the same process. It's going to be the same procedure on how to sponsor your parents kasi yearly naman yan meron. To be eligible to sponsor your parents, here are some requirements. First, you should be 18 years old and above. You must be living here in Canada in any provinces, Canadian citizen or permanent resident. Now, this is the crucial part na kung saan dapat mong paghandaan to. There are a minimum income requirement. So here is the table for us to check if pasok ba tayo dun sa minimum income requirements para sponsoran yung parents natin. I'll give you a good example, and this is the same thing na ginawa namin. I told you kanina, this is going to be the same requirements na ginawa namin no may sponsoran nila Aisha yung mami nila dito sa Canada. You should have at least 3 consecutive tax pay year. Yes, dapat meron kang 3 tax pay year na pwedeng i-present sa Canadian government if you would like to sponsor your mom and dad. For example, for us, in 2018, we are family of 4. Ako, si Aisha, si Cassie, and si Rizy. So as you can see on the table, family of 4 requires us dapat ma-meet namin yung minimum income of 60,271. Now, kinumpit ko yung family net namin and lumalabas lang siya ng 54,733. So, as you can see, we're almost short for about 6,000. Pero hindi kami nawalan doon ng pag-asa. So, going back naman in 2019, as you can see, 4 people pa rin dapat meron kaming ma-produce na 61,209. So, complete na naman ako ng family income 2019. And good thing dito is that na-meet namin yung requirements. Ang family net income namin, lumalabas siya ng 66,428. For 2020, we are now 5 in the family. So, kasama na dyan si Arya. And lumalabas na kailangan naming ma-meet in 2020, 55,695. So, based doon sa 2 years namin in 2018 and 2019, meron kaming 1 year na namintes 6,000. If i-combine ko yung dalawa ng 2018 and 2019, mako-compensate niya or mako-cover up niya yung kulang ko from 2018. So, is it a good thing or a bad thing? That is a good thing. Kasi yan yung nangyari sa amin dati nung prinocess ko yung papers ng mami ni Aisha na ang nag-sponsor sa kanya is yung ate niya. So there is a 1 year na hindi nila na-meet yung requirements. I think, if I am not mistaken, meron silang deficit na at least 4,000 on that 1 year. But then, yung succeeding na 2 years, sobra-sobra yung naging family net income nila. And that is a good point na kung saan nakuha yung papers, na-select siya sa sponsorship, nakuha yung papers at pumasok yung minimum income requirement. Kaya naging PR dito yung mami ni Aisha. So it's going to be the same thing, and in 2020 I'm very confident na mag-meet namin yung requirement na yon, even na naka-maternity leave si Aisha ngayong taon ng 2020. I'm very confident kasi hindi naman ako nawala ng trabaho, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung job. Mamimit namin yung 3 consecutive tax year bago kami mag-apply for her support. Hindi ko siya gini-jinx, wag naman sana, pero kasi ang labanan ngayon is draw lots. Filling up the application form, I will walk you through filling it up kapag talagang na-figure out mo na napapasok yung income requirements mo. doon sa family net ninyo or sa family income na kailangan ng Canada to sponsor your parents or grandparents. So I will walk you through doon sa application. We need to log in. We need to go to the site www.cic.gc.ca and let's begin. So right now, nandito na tayo sa main website www.cic.gc.ca on how to sponsor your parents and grandparents. First, we need to submit the interest, and as you can see, the sponsorship form in 2020 is now available. Just click this one and try to check your eligibility first. Then once you become eligible to apply, all we have to do is to fill up this form and personal information, and syempre you're as the sponsor, ikaw yung mismong dapat maging main applicant. Dapat direct relatives i-sponsoran mo, mismong ikaw yung anak. And then try to fill up every requirements including your address dito sa Canada. So once everything is filled up, may mga ginagawa na sila ngayon to fill up as well yung proof na kung saan it's either Canadian citizen ka or permanent resident ka dito sa Canada. So ngayon kailangan mo nang i-upload yung file mo, and regardless kung ano yung kailangan mong documents na ibigay. For example, kailangan ng passport, kailangan ng Canadian certificate, and you can always choose for everything na legal na hinahanap nila. Then once you've been selected on that one, may mga number na kailangan isulat. Pagkatapos niyan, you need to upload your documents. And as you can see with the document upload, kailangan lang siya ng at least JPEG, PNG with the maximum of 2 MB. So once it's uploaded, we are ready to go. I-sponsor naman natin. We need to fill up the form for our parents, and be sure your email address is yung gagamitin mo, kasi this will be your main communication. And once everything is filled up, we need to sign the documentation and we need to submit the form. And that is how you fill up the form for your parents and grandparents sponsorship. So yes, after filling up the form, what is the next step? We're just going to wait. They will be sending us an email. Okay, once we have been selected, once we become eligible to sponsor our parents here in Canada, so the next step is that fill up the form, fill up the documents, then submit to them. Then after nun, the next step will be medical exam, and then biometrics, then also need to submit the police clearance, and syempre yung income requirements. I think that's it for today for me. Sana po may mga natutunan kayo. Sana nabigyan ko kayo ng idea on what to do, on what to prepare, and what is the tip na kailangan yung malaman paano ma-sponsoran yung parents niyo dito sa Canada. If something new na may natutunan po kayo, I would really love to ask you to share this video and help me grow our community. Share it to your friends, loved ones, or even dun sa mga kakilala mo na gustong pumunta dito sa Canada. So once again, a lesson learned is always a lesson to be shared. Put some comments para at least continuous yung ating community, continuous yung ating family dito sa Canada. So I will see you po on to the next video. Maraming salamat po.